What up, it's your boy Tone Chill coming at you one more again with another guy, gays, and transgenders video. Look at this, just look at this right here. See this? This is a high school boy dressed as a woman because the whole high school decided to have a transgender day. That's what this is. Fast forward. See if I can get some more. Okay. This right here is another high school boy dressed as supposedly a girl, sticking his ass out, about to do a split. And okay, this is a high school girl. Same thing. This is another girl dressed as a boy for Transgender Day. This is another boy dressed as a girl. Oh my God. Oh, sweet heavens. Oh my God. And the beat goes on and on and on and okay. Listen, people. I do not have a problem with transgenders. I have a problem with godlessness. I am not innocent. There's no man on earth who is. I'm not without my issues. Like I said before, over and over and over, there is such thing as repentance. And that's the difference between those who sin and know that they are living in sin and know that it's against God's will and they want to stop doing it and they pray to God to stop doing it so they can live a godly life. And then there's people who practice it or push it. These children are influenced by their surroundings. Music, mainly. People like Young Thug, who wears a dress. Little B, who wears blouses. The whole homosexual influence in music. Caitlyn Jenner. And so on and so on. Now, there has been transgender people or cross-dressing people for the longest time. This is not a new thing. However, and yes, I'm going to say it, back in my day, when we saw this, we automatically knew what wrong looked like. You could not pull this off in our school when we grew up. Because we know a man's supposed to be a man and a woman's supposed to be a woman. Now, for those of you who want to come down on people who think like me and think that God made people with both sexes or God made people wrong, not with both sexes, God made people wrong. He made people a woman and it's supposed to be a man is supposed to be a woman. You take that up with God. You do that. You ask God about that. Because people want to flame you and say, hey, what business is of yours? Or mind your business, live your own life. You know, when you people say that, it just makes me wonder, do you think that I live under a rock? Do you think that I'm never going to be faced with this? That's what you think? Why does it bother you so much? It's not the fact that it bothers me to the point where I like it just no. It's the fact that we're openly practicing an abomination to God. Now, if you don't think it's an abomination, then you need to look in the Bible and figure out what God calls an abomination, especially when it comes to us. Especially when it comes to us sleeping with each other. If a man sleeps with another man, it's an abomination. If a man sleeps with an animal, it's an abomination. If a woman sleeps with a woman like she sleeps with a man, it's an abomination. It's clear. Now, you want to come down against Bible thumpers. You Bible thumpers, it's just like, you know why we Bible thump? Because we're afraid of God. And we don't want you to go to hell, and we don't want to go to hell because some of us have seen it. We know it's real. None of us are completely innocent. Hell, I know I'm not innocent. I mean, anybody who knows me knows I'm not innocent. But anybody who knows me knows I talk about God because I'm afraid of him. That's the difference. See, it's a healthy thing to fear God. I'm afraid of God. I don't do something and be like, ah, God didn't see that. Or who cares, Lord? When I do something, I'm just like, oh, I really did that, didn't I? I'm like, oh. I go home and I'm like, Father, I have an issue. Especially if it's something I do repeatedly. I go to God constantly like, yo, I got an issue because I like doing this. The scriptures say, um, uh, what does it say about the scriptures? Why do I do what I'm not supposed to do? The answer is because you like it or you're spiritually influenced. Maybe it's that woman that you don't want to let go. Been there. Maybe it's that vehicle you don't want to let go, that clothing you don't want to let go, the club you don't want to let go, the crowd that you don't want to let go, that house you don't want to let go. There's a stumbling block somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to let those things go, and they keep causing you to do what God doesn't want you to do. But when you just blatantly do it, like, psh, that's what this is to me. I'm afraid for souls. I'm not trying to come down on nobody's life. But I reads that book and I'm afraid of that book. I gets into that word every day, twice a day. It may be just for a passage or two, but I read it. I don't, I don't know how y'all live without fearing the Lord, without fearing death, without fearing being judged, without fearing what God can do to you. God talks about how he can destroy the body and the soul. I just don't know how y'all do it. Uh, this is wrong. And you need to tell your kids that it's wrong. You need to tell your kids to respect everyone, but you let them know, according to God, it's just wrong. That's all there's to it.